Hello everyone, it's nice to see you again. Now I'll be discussing the durability aspect of a concrete. In that, today we will be discussing chloride, carbonation and corrosion. I think that there are three parts here. Chloride attack causes corrosion, also carbonation causes corrosion. We can say that corrosion can be occurred by different gases as well as the aggressive chemicals. First, we will look into the carbonation. What do you mean by a carbonation is the environment is generally consist of carbon dioxide. Due to this carbon dioxide around the concrete structure, gas is being absorbed by the pores of concrete surface. What happens in that pores, the carbon dioxide get inside, and after that slowly, due to the humidity of that area, we can take example of 70% of humidity around. What happens due to humidity, the water particles are there, and if the carbon dioxide which reacts with the water, it creates a new element called carbonic acid, and it is formed as an acid, and it slowly tends to corrode the steel inside the concrete, and also it creates the expansion of a concrete. Due to this action, this is not a one time action, this is a continuous action due to the environment. Slowly the carbon dioxide day by day which percolates into the concrete, and also the humidity also changes from low to high. Due to this action, the carbonation gets into the concrete surface. Slowly it gets into the surface to the core of the concrete, and the percentage of the CO2 generally is 0.03% of volume of total air content in and around it, and in larger cities 0.3%, it can go even up to 1%. Also, if you are constructing a tunnel, there the air circulation will be less due to the transportation under the tunnel, maybe for example a rail. Due to that release of the carbon dioxide, there may be a higher chance of getting carbonated. Hence you have to take care of the environment around the concrete to reduce this carbonation attack. Also, the cement concrete has the pH value of 12.5 to 13.5. This is a very alkaline oriented environment. If this alkalinity is being changed by this carbonic acid, slowly it reduces the pH value of concrete to less than 8.5. There starts the carbonation attack. And oxidation also takes place here. If you are providing a protective layer, that is, if you are introducing cover to a concrete, it reduces the amount of carbon dioxide which gets into the concrete, so that it reacts as a protective layer and the structure can be saved. The highest rate of carbonation occurs at relative humidity between 50 to 70%. If the humidity is less than 50%, then the rate of carbonation is not progressed. Also, more than 70% does not creates higher carbonation. This range 50 to 70% gives the maximum amount of carbonation. This rate also has some attributes towards increasing the carbonation attack. What are the things which increases the rate of carbonation? Is first one, a level of pore water. If the free water which is inside the concrete is more, then the carbon dioxide creates carbonic acid quickly. Next one, grade of a concrete. I will show a tabular column. In that tabular column you can see that if the concrete grade starting from 20 gets attacked by carbonation quickly, and if you compare with M50 grade of concrete, the rate of carbonation is much more reduced. So the grade of concrete is another element which reduces the carbonation. The higher the grade, the carbonation will be reduced. Also the permeability, if lesser the permeable, and the concrete will be lesser the attack of carbonation. And whether this concrete is protected or not, if due to painting also the rate of carbonation gets decreased, it creates a layer and it does not allow the carbon dioxide inside. Depth of cover and time. Whatever may be the grade of concrete, due to the time constraint, after casting a concrete or casting a structure, after some amount of years, definitely the carbonation gets into the concrete, but the rate will be very much decreased if the concrete has more strength and less permeable. Whatsoever, even the Taj Mahal gets carbonated, so that is why its glossiness gets reduced. That is why there are several steps is being taken by our government to reduce this carbonation, and they have reduced the industrial and pollution oriented vehicles around the Taj Mahal, so that to reduce this carbonation attack to the marbles. The Taj Mahal is built by marbles. Even marble too gets carbonated due to its age. See, more than 500-600 years of age, a material gets carbonated naturally. There are some protective agent which is being taken care by the government now, and it is being followed to reduce this severity. Now you can take this snapshot here. This says that the concrete has steel inside with a proper cover. This is a cover of the structure. You can see that this cover is a protective layer which reduces the durability attack for this structure. This is a structure and cover is a protective layer. If you do not provide a proper cover to a structure, then this beam or a column or a bridge deck may be affected due to CO2, carbon dioxide, and H2O and sulfur dioxide. These are the external agent which gets inside the concrete if the concrete cover which is not sufficient. Due to this, durability is being reduced. This is a graph. You can see a graph here, and in x-axis you can see number of years, and in y-axis you are having depth of carbonation. Note that 15 mm depth, a M15 grade of concrete in 8 years, starting from 8 years, within 8 years it gets 15 mm depth of carbonation due to the carbon. And you can note that M45 grade of concrete, after 8 years, nearly 2 mm of depth of carbonation is only being occurred. You can see the difference, M15 grade concrete and M45 grade concrete. The higher the grade, the depth of carbonation is being reduced. Also you can see for the in between range of the grade of cement. And also due to 20 years, the depth of carbonation of M45 grade is 4 mm of depth. If you are providing a depth of 15 mm to a slab or a beam element, then the depth of you are having a depth safety depth of 15 mm. Here the depth of carbonation will only be 4 mm. You are having additional 11 mm of protective layer. This is a tabular column which is age in years, and this gives a larger data than this. Up to 50 years, from 2 to 50 years, you can see that a difference between M20 and M40 grade concrete. At the age of 2 years, M20 grade concrete has 5 mm of depth of carbonation, and M40 grade has 0.5. This is nearly a 10 times of protectiveness due to the grade. And in a 50 year, you can see 25 mm of depth of carbonation is being there, and a 4 mm of depth of carbonation which is being observed for 50 years. Hence, it is always suggested that whenever your structure is supposed to a carbonation, a better grade will give a better resistance towards the carbonation. Also the important point of water cement ratio. Whenever the durability aspect comes, these are the two things which will be dealt. See this is a water cement ratio of 0.45 and it gradually increases to 0.7. And note that this is depth of cover. If you mix a concrete with 0.45 water cement ratio, time to get year of carbonation is 100 year. It will not reach 130 mm depth in 100 years. And also for the same grade of concrete, if you are using 0.7 water cement ratio, at the 43rd year the carbonation will be 30 mm. You can note that the lesser the water cement ratio, higher the time to get carbonation. And next thing is a chloride attack. Chloride attack is due to two cases that we will discuss. These are the two cases of attack in a concrete. Sulfates generally attack concrete and chloride attack steel. Earlier in the last module we saw that sulfate attack in a concrete. Due to the sulfate attack, the concrete gets deteriorated. Note that due to chloride attack, the steel is being attacked. Next thing, a statistic says that over 40% of failure occurs due to corrosion. Hence, the corrosion is a phenomena which has to be considered. Why? Because 40% of the structure in general is being failed due to the action of corrosion. And this is a tabular column which is given by Indian Standard Code on the maximum amount of chloride content which is there inside the concrete. If the structure is being constructed for metal and steam cube, elevated temperature and pre-stressed concrete, if you are going for a pre-stressed concrete, then the maximum chloride content per kg per meter cube should be only 0.4 kg per meter cube. If you are going for reinforced concrete or PCC, there the chloride content should not exceed 0.6 kg per meter cube. Like that, if the concrete is not contaminated by any metal or any material required for protection from chlorine, if it is a safer case, then a maximum limit of 3 kg per meter cube of chloride is generally be accepted for concrete. Due to chloride, the expansion of concrete also occurs. Due to expansion, you can see visible cracks. This deteriorates the concrete. Mode of chloride attack. There are two types of chloride attack, that is before construction and second one is after construction. Before construction is generally a fresh state of concrete. The concrete should not have an admixture which contains, that is calcium chloride, in terms of kg per meter cube as suggested by the code, or the salt water. The code also suggested that salt water can be used for curing when the reinforced concrete is not being laid. You can use for PCC, we cannot use for RCC and go for a salt water curing. If you are using salt water for mixing a concrete, then it will be supposed to attack by the chloride. Next, this is after construction. After construction, if the structure is under airborne sea spray, that is a seashore oriented structure also, and form a de-icing salt, which we have discussed in freeze thaw effect. Due for de-icing of this freezing in concrete, generally they will use chloride oriental chemicals for reducing the de-icing. Due to this two causes and some other causes, after construction the structure gets chloride attack. And let us come to the chloride attack and the corrosion of steel. At the particular range, that is 11.5 range, which is alkaline At the pH value is greater than 11.5, what happens? A good amount of chloride is required, and if the range of pH value is less than 11.5, hence without the presence of chloride from the external agent, the concrete gets corroded due to even non-presence of the chloride. Here this picture you can see a pink color in this picture. Also there is a color of the natural color of the substance. Also there is a embedded steel inside here. You can check either the steel is being corroded by using this phenolphthalein indicator. If you apply throughout the area, if the color changes to pink, the area which is not affected by the carbonation. If the color is not changed to pink, then those area which is affected by the carbonation. Next, let us see the concept of corrosion. You can see the process of corrosion, that an anode can be considered as the ferrous. The steel which is considered as anode here, and the cathode are the component which is around the steel. What are the other agents around the steel? The concrete ingredients. What happens due to the non-equilibrium of this electron? Some of the electron will pass through the anode to the cathode for balancing. Due to this balance, what happens? The cathode around the steel, the electrons gets transferred, and due to this rust is being formed around the structure for balancing. Due to the continuous operation of oxygen and the water particles, this steel gets continuously corroded. The external air and water gets inside as cathode, and the anode inside is steel. These two elements process, and due to this process the rust is being formed and it slowly corrodes total the steel until the anode content, that is until the positive side of the steel gets vanished, till that the process gets and the rust is being formed. So this is the concept of corrosion. Due to this corrosion, what happens? You can see that first the layer of concretes gets destroyed due to the external agent. After that the corrosion starts. Slowly the iron gets formed into rust, and this rust is progressed, and the steel gets smaller and smaller, and it vanishes at a particular point of time. Hence the structural stability gets collapsed. You can take that under the relative humidity of 60%, below that the corrosion is being reduced and nearly no corrosion takes place. And also, if the concrete structure is being fully immersed under water, what happens? If the concrete structure is immersed in water, the oxygen is not being able to supply to form the cyclic phenomena. Here in this corrosion cycle you need two external agents. What are they? Oxygen and water. If the structure is completely hydrated by water, then the oxygen cannot get in, hence the corrosion will not be taken place there. These are the two extreme cases. But what happens if the condition around the structure is 70 to 80% a relative humidity? There is a probability of higher corrosion to a structure. These are the methods. The following one by one I will show here. These are the methods to reduce the corrosion. First is metallurgical method. You can add certain chemicals in order to resist the corrosion. Next thing is corrosion inhibitors. There are certain chemicals, that is nitrates and phosphates, from 0 to 30 liters per meter cube of concrete gives the protection from the corrosion. These are the certain chemicals which you can inhibit to reduce the corrosion. And coatings to the reinforcement. Generally, if you provide coating to a reinforcement and then you lay into a concrete, then the corrosion process is being extended for further more years. And the process of de-rusting. If you prevent a rusting process, then the corrosion can be prevented. And phosphating, cement coating. You can see that cement coating is one of the cheapest method. Why? Because cement is generally alkaline, which pH value is 13. You can mix cement with water, and if you apply a coating around the cement, around the steel, what happens? It does not allow the process of corrosion. Hence, the cement coating, which is cheap and best for temporary purpose, you can use this coating to reduce the corrosion. And you can provide a seal, and this is fusion bonded epoxy coating. Epoxy is a high costly coating, but it is very durable. This coating is being used in seashore oriented structure to reduce the corrosion. The thickness of this coating may vary 130 to 300 micron. This is the most effective one which is used as a coating. And GI reinforcement. You can use GI reinforcement, cathodic protection and coatings in concrete. You can provide some paint oriented coatings, 1 or 2 layer, to reduce this corrosion. Finally, design and detailing. During a design and detail, you should take care of the corrosive action around the environment. For that, you have to design a structure. Here you can see that during the design, to maintain proper depth of cover, you can use this different types of cover block. These are the different types of cover block which has sufficient number of depth and the alignment of steel reinforcement. Also, the Indian Standard Codes suggest the following depth of cover. For mild environment, moderate, there are 5 types of environment. According to the environment, you can provide the depth of cover. If it is a mild environment, it will be 20 mm cover is required, and if it is an extreme environment, the beam has, or the structure has to be under 75 mm cover. And you can see that before laying into the structure, the concrete, the steel member is being given a proper cover block and the protective coating for corrosion. This is a better process. If you find that this structure is definitely going to be corroded due to the environment, you can use this protective measures. The durability aspect, there are 2 important things. One is a corrosion and second one is crack. These are the external or the result of deterioration of durability. If the concrete is being deteriorated, and you can view through 2 aspects. One is the volumetric change. Due to this volumetric change, the cracks occurs, and due to cracks, the corrosion occurs. So these 3 things is being progressed in a concrete structure due to several attacks. They are sulfur attack, chloride attack, freeze thaw, and many more. There are more than 10 number of durability aspect regarding the concrete, but finally all together causes these important factors in a concrete. So as an engineer, you have to analyze the environmental impact for laying a concrete to build a better structure. You can see that if we are an engineer, we should build a better structure and better environment. Our structure should speak our capability of designing the infrastructure of a country. Hence, if we are designing a structure for our country, we should make sure that it is not only a strength part, it should also speak the durability part. In ancient period of our country, durability is being taken care by our rulers. Those rulers are very much careful on durability and strength aspect, so that many number of monuments still working as a structure in our country. but we as an engineer, we are building so many number of structure, but there are also increased number of durability aspect towards the deterioration of structure. Hence, we as an engineer can build a very good structure which is strong as well as durable. With this ethical point, I am happy to discuss with you. See you again. Thank you.